What's Rupesh got in response? And he's forced the false stroke. It was short and lifting delivery into the gloves and hip of Weatherald. So a good finish, a good comeback. Just 7 off the over. And when you consider 6 of those came in one blow, I think he'd be pretty happy with that, considering the first over went for 19. So 2 overs down after winning the toss and electing to bowl. Paul has the strike, no wicket for 27. Catch up with the Nepalese management. Will, I'm really hoping that our pronunciations, we do apologise. We will catch up. But so I'm really fascinated by this as we wait for the first ball from Airy. And the reverse sweep is high in the air and it's all the way down at our feet to the boundary for 4. Well played by Darcy Short. He goes into double figures and the total to 31. But Airy is the ICC second-ranked T20 all-rounder in the world, which is pretty exciting. He once scored a 9-ball 50 a few years ago against Mongolia. 9 balls to make 50. And he's one of just a few players in T20 internationals to score 6 sixes. Every ball in an over went for a 6 in 1 over. So he's a very talented cricketer. He's bowling some off breaks at the moment. Comes around the wicket, quicker delivery and no run.
Quick in the field as well, looking by his movement there. Looking forward to seeing him with bat in hand, judging by those stats, but at the moment I'll happily settle for spin. Good start to this over.
Comes again to Short and it's on middle and leg and it's swept away down towards backward square. Beautiful shot, magnificently timed, vacant area. They might need to think about loading that spot up if the bowler is going to deliver it there. And another 4 to Short, he's up to 14. Experienced player, Airy, he's played 64 ODIs and 82 T20 internationals.
You mentioned he got one of those batting figures against Mongolia. That'd be an interesting cricket backdrop there. We've got a pretty interesting one here tonight, the beautiful tropics of the Darwin. Dry season, sun setting, and you mentioned there's plenty of crowd members just filtering in and sitting over that far side to capture the cricket and the sunset in one go. Harry coming in for ball number 4, his first over.
Couple of boundaries off it, a little hop and a skip, and it's punched away just into the mid-wicket region. Easy single taken to Short to 15. In the midst of this magnificent sporting precinct here in Darwin, the Marara precinct. We've got a golf course, we've got the main oval where Australian rules football is played. We're on the cricket arena today. There's basketball, netball, a shooting range, BMX riding, rugby league, tennis. It's an incredible precinct. Football, soccer as some might know it. This one is Short on middle leg stump. No run allowed. It was too well timed off the bat, and even though the field quite deep on the offside, the ball travelled too quickly. So a dot ball, the second of the over. So good comeback by Airy. What's he got for the last ball? Can he contain them? They're 36 in the third over. And once again, a good finish by Airy. Another quicker delivery on the leg stump, and the strike going at 12 and over after 3.
Squash courts over in this Marara precinct as well. Robin, you mentioned golf before. Will Sutherland, I think he might have almost got his sports confused earlier today. He hit a 6 right over the fence. It almost went for a hole-in-one over there. Alas, he was best on ground in that match with a top score of 63. Game at hand at the moment. Weatherald on 11 after 6 balls. Short 15 of 15 balls. 2 strike on 36. Their total score.
Fish will get a second over. Kami was relieved after just one at the northern end. He went for 15. Rupesh was pretty good off his first, just 7 runs from it. When you consider one of those went for 6, not a bad effort. As he comes into bowl to Short, who makes a little bit of room and lofts him straight down the ground. Didn't time it all that well, and the fielder at long on. Onto it now, will need to scurry a little bit. Weatherall does just that. The throw is slightly astray, and the strike get 2.
Starting to look a little bit more comfortable, Short and Weatherall. A little bit nervous for Short at first. He took a while to get going and had a few sundries which maybe might have thrown a spanner in the works for him.
Short battle aloft, Rupesh wide outside the off stump. And that would have been lucky to reach a gully fieldsman if we had a traditional longer form field in place. That was incredibly wide. And only 1 run for it. So look, for a good first over. I'm sure he'll rebound. Discussion there with his fielder at mid-off. Fielders out at the moment, both on the leg side. There's a wideish long on and a deep backward square leg of the 2 fielders on the boundary. All the other fielders right on the circle. And now around the wicket. And lofted high, very high and long, onto the practice nets for another 6 to Darcy Short. He goes into the 20s.
Yeah, great strike there from Short. Starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. His first 6 of the evening, and the second for the NT strike side. Take a look at this crack. As you said, over into the cricket nets. And already NT strike closing in on their first half century as a squad. Almost 3.5 overs.
Rupesh losing a bit of control, bowling a very wide delivery and then a very short ball which was dispatched. He's gone back over the wicket to Short. Tucks him up on the leg side off the thigh pad. This meanders its way into the offside.